book update for the Clone Saga.
Oh, great. Okay.
The Clone Saga is still, last time we checked in on this, I was third way through, and I was like, I don't know what the big deal is. This is fine. This is like, some of it's good, some of it's bad.
Yeah.
Now I'm at a weird spot. Like, I'm full of dread. The story has ended, but I have a reading order I'm going through, and I'm halfway. So I'm like, this has been resolved, and there is this transitionary thing that I know won't last forever, but I'm aware that there's still a significant amount of bullshit to come, and I'm thinking, right, so how is this going to come in, and why is it coming in? Because it seems super unnecessary, and I think that's what the problem was, is that they it's my assumption that they kind of like ended up extending it too long, and because it was popularly brought a load more and just like overstepped and made it like absolute dog shit. But we'll have to wait and see. But I'm just like reading things like, is this gonna get really shit soon?
Just gonna plunge right into shit territory. Yeah, maybe one of those like bottom heavy like comic sagas where it's like, oh yeah, this is great up until this point. What about this? Let's do this. And you're like, stop, no more. You
get a lot of the time when like TV shows end badly, and everyone's like for instance, like Lost.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh fuck Lost. The first thing anyone thinks of when you talk about Lost is that the ending was really bad or disappointing, or it didn't answer what you wanted it to. But like really, like there was a lot of Lost that was really good, and that show's like got some really good stuff in it, and you can't like write all that off because you didn't like the ending or you didn't like last season.
That wouldn't be fair. No.
Yeah, and it might be that with Clone Saga, although even the stuff that I thought was fine is still kind of ludicrous. So. I'm not going to go to bat for the Jackal as a villain or anything like that.
You should read the next movie.
It is still a little bit of I'm doing this so you don't have to, and that's for you, the listeners.
As well as me, the viewer, I guess. In the situation.
Yeah, not that Henry was ever going to do it anyway.
You don't know that.
I know that.
I could have read all the...
There are a lot of good Spider-Man stories that you haven't read yet.
I might just go straight to the bad one. I wouldn't do it.
It's a lot more effort than watching like a shitty like B movie.
Oh.
You gotta like put so much more time into it.
It's like watching a really shitty show and just not enjoying it and be like, hope this gets enjoyably bad soon. And it just doesn't.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I will say is that part of this sort of connected universe of the Clone Saga across multiple titles is a Green Goblin series.
Oh no!
But it's the
son of Harry Osborn.
No, it's the fourth Green Goblin.
Why are there four?
There's more than four, I think. But
like not even hobgoblins, but just Green Goblins.
Yeah.
Why are there so many Green Goblins?
I think this one. I won't go into detail, but it's basically someone stumbling across the equipment, and he ends up doing it. But he's like, I'm going to be like a vigilante. I'm going to be a hero. But the whole series, he's meant to be young. Like he's a young guy and he's down on his luck, and he's meant to be like youthful and funny, and the series is meant to be really funny, and it's honestly some of the worst writing in the world. It's so it's like embarrassingly like awkwardly bad. Like you get the idea that he's meant to be this wacky hero, but it's just painfully unfunny. I haven't read a comic like it, to be honest.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's astoundingly unfunny.
Like, what kind of things are we talking? Is he like making like really like shit like Spider-Man jokes, but like there's no charm to it?
Yes, it's that kind of thing. Like he's taking a piss out of everyone, but I don't know. There's lots of like fake youthful language in it.
He's like poochieing it up.
Yeah, exactly. He's like Roy. He's like Roy, or Poochie, or he comes in like, "Hey, dude,"
Hey,
like,
cool brother. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's totally radical. Cowabunga criminals.
It's the worst.
It's like the guy on a skateboard.
No, but I guess the Goblin Glider kind of is like a fancy skateboard.
Yeah. He has like a pair of sunglasses over the goblin mask.
I wish he did. That would be a little bit more interesting.
It's constantly blaring like the mid-90s Red Hot Chili Peppers. So yeah, I'm not going to read any of the comics. But
yeah, but we're not talking about 90s comics today.
Was almost something from the 90s though.
Yeah, Spider-Man the Animated Series.
Ooh, yeah. Well, if only there was a podcast to talk about that. Well, guess what? You found it. Good job. Welcome to That Anti-Spider-Man Show, where we talk about Spider-Man the Animated Series. I am Henry. I am one of your hosts this evening, /morning, /afternoon, like whenever you want to listen to the podcast, really.
You can only listen to this at the stroke of midnight.
Yeah. Unless you start at the stroke of midnight and finish at exactly 1:26 in the morning, don't listen.
Wow, imagine if this ends up being an hour and 26 minutes as a podcast.
And you're the one editing, that's what I'm saying.
I'll just cut out everything.
Just so we stop mid-sentence.
Yeah.
So I get like...
It'll be like the end of like a book by Kafka. What was he going to do? What was the ending going to be?
The ending was The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Just play out like don't stop believing, like half of the episode, and then I'll just stop mid-sentence. And that'll be it. Anyway, this time around we're talking about Season 2, Episode 6, I believe, which is all about our favourite Marvel vampire. Wait, no. Second favourite Marvel vampire?
Because there's Dracula. Dracula's in the Marvel universe.
So third favourite vampire.
Who's the first?
Blade.
Oh yeah, I guess he is a vampire.
He is a vampire, yeah. He's
Or
like
part
half vampire.
vampire, yeah.
So he's our favourite vampire, obviously.
Weirdly enough, do you know that like Blade wasn't initially part vampire?
Is there something they brought away with the movies, right?
Either it happened, they brought into the comics after the movies did, or it's like not that long before, like in the 90s maybe. But guess who was the vampire who bit him and gave him the part vampireness?
I'm guessing it wasn't Dracula.
No, it was Michael Morbius.
Michael Morbius? I mean, like, does he show up on the series at all?
He may do in the episode titled Morbius.
That's a good bet, I feel. And what didn't you know? That's the episode we're actually talking about today. I mean, if you're listening to this at a certain time, there may be a certain trailer to a certain movie that may get brought up. Don't worry, we're getting to it. So we're going to talk about the episode first, but we will talk about Jared Leto at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But no, for now, let's just like scrub that from our minds and talk about Michael Morbius, the cartoon, the Tommy Wiseau lookalike, if you will. In this episode of Spider-Man the Animated Series, we start, unsurprisingly, with Spider-Man. So he's monologuing, as he tends to do, about a cure for his mutation. As we know, he's been going through some mutant shit. Doing a lot of mutant shit last episode, the episode before. And he kind of ended the last episode, like, going to Dr. Crawford and going, like, I need your help.
Yeah.
And she's like, where the fuck have you been? And that's where we end things. But this time around, like, he's swinging around the city, and he notices a getaway vehicle carrying some thieves who just robbed a jewelry store. He kind of sits in the car, he's doing his Spider-Man thing, and then suddenly, there's a pain in his sides. So he's like, my pain, ow. The car crashes, he's left on the ground incapacitated, and it kind of looks as if these thugs are going to kill Spider-Man, and that's the end of the show. Shockingly, that's not what happens. So the police show up out of nowhere, and they chase them away, and Spider-Man can like swing away just about and be like, what the fuck just happened?
I've got a question. You know how everyone has laser guns in this show? Because bullets are too real?
I guess.
Do those petty criminals who are just like robbing a store, do they have laser guns?
I'm assuming they do.
Because they must do, but we don't see them
fire
do it, because presumably that would be weird.
Yeah.
But then as we see later in this show, there's like, you know, security guards have laser guns.
And they shouldn't have guns full stop. They should barely have stun guns.
It's not just, it would kind of make sense if it was like henchmen or something. You're like, oh, okay, like Kingpin's got a lot of money.
Yeah.
But everyone has laser guns. Lasers are just a thing. It's like Star Wars.
It's ubiquitous lasers.
It's such a weird detail to have. Everything is the same apart from the lasers.
Oh, and the rooftop missiles as well, and the drones.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess there's more missiles.
Yeah, slightly. I mean, it depends on where you go. Anyway, I guess the Hardy Foundation, where Spider meets with Dr. Crawford, and he's like, my flanks, Doc, my flanks! Pretty much. And she goes to him, and she mentions the serum, which could potentially help him.
Why does everyone work at the Hardy Foundation?
Because I think they're the only ones with any money.
Yeah.
You know? They're like, yeah, I'll bankroll that. Shit, why not?
Yeah, I guess it's a little bit less dangerous than working for like the Brand Corporation or Oscorp, because they're just blowing up all the time.
Yeah.
And the Hardy Foundation only like blows up sometimes.
Yeah. Like if you're like going for an interview at this place which should explode at any moment, you're gonna be kind of nervous. You're like, what's my job security like? Yeah. Oh, what about my actual security? Oh, okay.
Imagine like going through Glassdoor reviews of these different companies and there's someone there like 1 star, got my legs chopped off by a giant spider robot.
There's no spider robot insurance, unfortunately.
2 stars, Wolverine showed up in the middle of my shift, picked me up and threw me onto the ceiling. And I was stuck up there for hours.
Yeah, I lost circulation in my legs. I missed my son's graduation.
Because I was clinging to a pillar.
Missed the birth of my daughter.
I would love to watch like or read more series that are from like henchmen points of view.
Yeah.
Because if you properly like took it from an angle of like people's actual job struggles, but in a universe where instead of like, the good money is working for the evil corporation, it's like that evil corporation, isn't like Apple or something, it's working for Dr. Octopus,
Imagine you're like a minimum wage, like, security guard, or you're like a low-paid, like, lab tech, and Wolverine shows up to stab you.
Yeah, and you're like, fuck, like, I was like 2 days away from payday.
Yeah.
And now my company is just not going to exist because
it's redundancy.
Yeah, it's not like Doc Ock is like, he escapes from his secret lair, detonates everything, and then like sends everyone their checks in the mail.
No, he's like, yeah, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
He doesn't like send like a slacks at all beforehand.
They must like pay them a lot, but then like the risk is just high.
Yeah, you have like a very like quickly liquidated contracts, big severance packages. But imagine like 3 beers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a pool table that Dr. Octopus dominates.
Yeah, like a beanbag area.
Yeah. Now they move to a WeWork. Where the lizard is. Anyway.
Call back to episode 1.
Yeah.
Oh, do you ever use a door?
Don't believe in him.
Dr. Crawford is in the Hardy Foundation, and she says, there's a serum that can help you, but we need to do a ton more testing. And Spider-Man doesn't take to this at all. He kind of like goes back to episode 7, where she like issues all kinds of like science protocol, and he's like, yeah, what about your boyfriend? What about all this shit that happens because you didn't like follow the rules? And you weren't all like, we need to do more testing then, were you?
To be clear, Henry's talking about the Craven episode.
The Craven episode.
Where she effectively created Craven.
And then decreated him.
Yeah, she made him a crazy hunter man and then turned him back into a regular hunter man.
Just some dude. I mean, he's got a point, but also, like, that was probably the incident that caused her to be a bit more, like, careful with this kind of thing.
Exactly, he's making her point for her. She's like, remember that time when you were reckless and it ended catastrophically?
You should do that again.
Exactly. Is this when he just starts like trashing everything?
He goes like full like domestic.
Yeah.
Just like throwing shit around.
He's just having some. He probably has like trapped wind.
Yeah.
Should chill out, man. He's just got some indigestion.
He's just farting all over the place when he throws around these like cupboards and shit.
Yeah, and he probably like he smashes a lot. He's like slapping stuff.
Yeah, he's
onto
like,
the floor,
no.
And he
petty.
I think he's like in the middle of like throw a desk at her or something when he's like, wait a minute,
I'm being an asshole.
Right.
And she's like, you know what? Like, here you go. Thanks, you dick. And he kind of swings away, and the security guard show up because like obviously he's trashing this place. And she's like, no, don't do that.
Shoot some of their lasers after him.
Yeah, they fire their lasers, and then like Spider-Man escapes. Now we go to ESU, where Morbius and what's her name?
Felicia. Oh, Deborah.
Deborah Whitman.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're kind of like going back to like out of the university, and it's been a long night. And Deborah's like, I'm gonna go home. And Morbius says something creepy like,
I think he says something like, I wish you a nice sleep, like the eternal rest of the dead, or something like that. This dude is saying that and he's wearing a Dracula cape.
Yeah.
These are red flags.
I mean, like, maybe it's one of those things where, like, I imagine because he's from, like, Eastern Europe and he's acting very vampirish, I think it's kind of racist to go, you're actually not like a vampire, aren't you, Morbius?
But is it also not prejudice in some way to see someone acting so creepy and suspicious and be like, oh, he's from one of those Eastern European countries?
I think that's what's going on.
It's just like, oh, that's just them, and then anyone from that actual country is going to be like, no, that's super weird.
He's drinking blood, what are you talking about?
It's like that Treehouse of Horror episode where like the police are stumped because various victims have been found with 2 holes in their neck, drained completely of blood. At one of the scenes, this cape was left behind, and it's just a cape that says Dracula on it. And then Chief Wiggum's like, yeah, we have no idea what's going on.
We've got no leads so far.
They think it's the work of a mummy. So they go to the Egyptian wing of the museum and start smashing everything up.
Do museums have Egyptian wings just like in general? Because there's one in this show as well.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, it's the most interesting visually part.
So we're back at the ESU where Morbius is being really creepy. And as he's talking to Deborah, Peter's like walking up the stairs. And he's got the serum and he's like, got his blood sample. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to take the serum. But before I do, I should test it on my blood. And he's about to test it on his blood. But then he hears a noise and he's like, what's that? It stops Spider-Man from Peter Parker from taking like the serum and he puts it in his locker and walks off. But then Morbius comes in and he's like, ooh, what's Peter doing? And goes into his locker, which he knows the combination for.
I feel like they specifically showed Peter locking it as well, so I guess he just didn't lock it properly, or maybe it's because he started getting pains again, so maybe he didn't lock it because of that.
I guess. I'm hoping. Because like Morbius is just like straight away like, yeah, I'm going to open this and get into this.
And this is when he whips out the voice recorder, right? Because he's like, I need to record all this exposition.
He's going like full like Jim Kerr, like Captain's log, this day.
Yeah. He's got to explain not only what he's doing for a scientific method, but just like, here are my motivations.
Yeah. Here are my motivations for this science project with Dr. Connors. Peter Parker has made a very good discovery on the blood samples. I must defeat him.
He's competing for the internship?
It's like a partner, like a
research
project. Yeah, with Dr. Connors.
Yeah.
And he sees the blood, he tests the blood, and he's like, this blood is incredible.
It would give someone superpowers.
Yeah. And he's like, I must find out how he did this. And he takes it to his lab. And yeah, it goes to the ESU attic where like Felicia Hardy's just like roping around, she's doing her thing, walking past all these spider webs and like cobwebs. And she gets to the top of this attic, and there's this like empty room. And then Morbius, for some reason, like sneaks up on her and is like, surprise! And she's like, what the fuck?
We like surprise kisses her. It's really...
It's kind of like Tommy was.
It is actually.
Hi, babe!
Yeah, it's very The Room.
Thankfully, there's no 20-minute sex scene.
Felicia looks kind of... like
she's like angry with him.
But she looks kind of like the love interest in The Room. What's her name?
Do you think that's like intentional? Like Tommy Wiseau watched.
What was her name?
Her name is Lisa.
Lisa.
Hold on.
Felicia? Lisa?
Doesn't like Peter look a bit like Mark?
No, he doesn't look like Mark at all. He hasn't got blonde hair.
Mark's got like, it's like very dark blonde hair.
I guess they're both muscular.
Yeah.
Greg Sestero and Peter Parker.
I love Felicia, and Peter is my best friend.
There is a guy called Peter who wears glasses in The Room.
He's a psychologist.
Guy who falls down.
Yeah.
And then you will laugh at him.
That's a very Peter Parker thing. I kind of reckon that Tommy Wiseau's watched Spider-Man the animated series.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm going to base my look on Michael Morbius.
That's definitely what happened.
He's got the same like long black trench coat and pasty white skin and long black hair.
It could be genuinely just be that. Yeah.
Also, like while we're on the subject, Morbius as a name.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard that anywhere?
I've never heard it before. No. Morbius.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just a weird name, and it's just
Michael
it kind of
Morbius.
sounds cool in terms of like referring to a villain as Morbius. But anything I can think of is like a Mobius strip. You know, like the infinite loop.
Yeah. There's no like Dave Morbius somewhere.
Morbius strip would be a great name for like a striptease done by Michael Morbius.
Like a vampire striptease.
Yeah.
Oh, my eyes.
I mean, that's a look. You know, like how in Magic Mike they have like all the different varieties of like, oh, it's a cowboy guy now, and you know,
like a sexy vampire.
Yeah, a sexy vampire. He's got a lot of dark clothes to take off.
Yeah.
In this
you can't see him until
Morbius strip, and everyone's like, I don't get the pun. It's like his name's Morbius.
Oh, I still don't get it.
And this strip goes on forever.
Oh.
So, Magic Michael Morbius.
Magic Michael.
Magic Mike Morbius XXL.
So yeah, our ever creepy friend Michael Morbius ambushes Felicia. She's like, "What the fuck? What's all this?" And it's kind of revealed.
What's all this then?
What's all this then? It's kind of revealed that Morbius has stolen equipment and power from ESU to power his own lab.
Yeah.
And she's like, "This is fucked. What the fuck are you doing?" And he's like, "I need an edge on these other like contestants." And he kind of explains his motivations, which are that he lives in some Eastern European like town, and they've been like afflicted by this plague, I guess, or what it is. And he's like, "Oh yeah, like I need to like save my people, and the only way I can do it is like a level of privilege and like prestige. So I need to win this grant for them." And she's like, "Oh, that's so heroic."
And then it's like, check out all these vampire bats I have.
Yeah, it's like flying around this lab, and she's like, "Isn't this dangerous?"
He doesn't seem bothered at all.
Yeah.
Also, he says like, "Oh, don't worry, like they feed on."
Human blood.
They don't feed on human blood or whatever. And I think it's like true, like vampire bats don't like, just attack people, but I don't think that means that they won't attack them, especially if you enclose them in a small space.
Yeah. You starve them for days on end and just like leave them around.
Yeah, they
one
might
of them is just flying around the lab.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And she's like, "Oh, one's loose," and he's like,
whatever.
Whatever.
So your point being...
that won't come back later.
Yeah. Isn't this dangerous to be conducting, like, dangerous science experiments? And he's like, nah, they wouldn't hurt you.
In terms of, like, again, the right environment for a scientific experiment, having a flying animal in the room is the worst idea.
Any animal of any kind. You don't want rodents, like, flying around.
It's like a Breaking Bad episode where he's, like, trying to get, like, one fly out of a giant lab. Yeah, he's got this tiny lab, and he's like, yeah, a flying rat is fine.
Yeah, that's why he's a better scientist than Michael Morbius.
Yeah.
If only
Heisenberg wouldn't have made the same mistake.
Heisenberg would have been like, yeah, like everyone on that like show was dead if it was from Heisenberg, you know.
Yeah.
But no, this bat's flying around. He's like, yeah, it's probably fine. Spoiler alert, it's not. Anyway, so we cut to ESU, and this is where we find out that Peter's been ghosting MJ.
Oh yeah, because he's been getting pains.
He's kind of like, I'm going to turn into a mutant, and then like she's not going to want to have sex with me.
But he hasn't turned into a mutant yet.
He's like, I'm about to mutate, and I'm like, that's a lot to be reading.
Why does he keep saying that? Just because Kurt Connors was like, this looks weird.
He says he's going to transform into something that's not human.
He said you could do. We talked about this before. He was like, oh, this might happen, and he didn't even seem to know. He was like, oh, I don't know.
Shit, maybe.
And then Peter's like freaking out so hard about it.
Which is a very Peter
thing.
What
if he like actually just had like kidney problems?
Yeah.
And he just ends up not going to the doctor because he assumes it's something to do with superpowers.
The last episode of Spider-Man animated series is Peter just died of kidney failure.
Does he like not ever go to the doctor because he's terrified they're going to realise his blood is radioactive?
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, we took a blood test. How are you alive right now?
Yeah.
And that's a hard thing to explain. But yeah, I guess like 90s technology isn't like up to scratch.
I don't really understand how you can see from someone's blood that they've got spider powers.
I don't know. You can see like the cells swinging around. It's not really explained at all.
Yeah, there's crime-fighting blood cells.
Because yeah, I don't know how like Morbius doesn't put it together by himself. He's like, this is really cool blood that Peter Parker has that gives people superpowers. I wonder where it came from. I wonder how Peter Parker got it.
Yeah.
It's like not questions that like go into his head at all. You're just like, I must beat Peter at this experiment.
I like how you're sticking with
the
Shatner voice, despite the fact that Morbius has an extremely distinctive accent.
It makes sense in some canon.
I promised my countrymen that I would learn in America and be a success. Then, one day, I would return with a cure.
I was thinking for like Tommy Wiseau, like Shatner, like their little baby, which would be a horrific accent to even attempt. My brain hurts trying to imagine.
I was about to say it's going to be like that little mix. Jamaican accent where she just like makes a weird sound and it's like whoa, what just happened?
Okay, we're just gonna skip right over that. So yeah, Mary Jane is like, oh, that's Peter. She calls after him, he doesn't hear her. Liz makes some kind of like remark like, if he doesn't want to talk to you, then he's not human. And I enjoyed that. That was cute. Anyway, we're back in Morbius's lab where he's running tests on the blood and he kind of takes some blood out and he puts it in like a little like saucer. This bat feeds on blood. Loose bat. That's fine. And he starts like just like shooting it with like was it like that laser thing?
The neogenic recombinator.
Yeah, that thing.
The gun which turned the lizard into the lizard and Scorpion into the Scorpion and
Peter Parker into Spider-Man.
Peter Parker into Spider-Man. Was there a fourth one?
I don't think there was at this point. Well, there's about to be.
Either way, I mean, and this is also the neogenic Nightmare series.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at this point, this recombinator, it's an Infinity Stone.
Yeah.
It's just like, fuck it, anything.
Whatever we need it to be at this point.
This is just like, we're committed to this MacGuffin.
Yeah. To be fair, like, I guess the power there is kind of interesting, but like...
It's just I think we said it before, it's the neogenic plot gun.
Yeah. It's a literal plot gun. And like, if you're at ESU, you get rid of that thing because like it's causing you a lot of problems. So we lost our grant because half of our research has turned into lizard people.
Yeah, what's Dr. Connors doing? It's just like put that shit in a safe. It's just like leaving it around.
Yeah, just like dangerous.
I mean, I know Morbius is doing this like behind closed doors and everything, but just come by and like, oh, by the way, is it okay if I borrow that like radiation gun and like shoot it at a bat? Like, yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah, sure, like, just fill out this form.
Bats are friendly.
That's a cool. But yeah, so, Morbius is carrying out tests on this, like, blood sample we left out, like, exposed. Turns his back to it and he goes, that's weird, that shouldn't be happening. He turns around. And it's like when you have, like, a cat and he goes to the kitchen, like, where you make food, you put it on the living room table.
Yeah.
You go to the kitchen, you come back, the cat's, like, licking it. It's like, bad, get away! Get away.
My blood.
Mine. Obviously, like, the bat's like, fuck you, bitch. And bites him right away. And he's like, no! And he passes out. Cut to a Spider-Man who's swinging around New York, but he kind of goes to pains to mention that this isn't for crime fighting. This is for exercise, because he's like, I could be, like, in horrific kidney pain at any point. You know, and I'm not going to go to a doctor.
Talking about that pain as well, I forgot to mention it, but there was a point earlier in this episode where he grips his sides because of the pain, and the sentence he says, I wrote it down, is, feels like I'm getting a massage from Wolverine from the inside, which...
It's vaguely sexual.
Grossly sexual. It makes me very uncomfortable.
Yeah. This all happened like between like, episode 5 and 6.
It feels like a very weird phrasing.
Yeah. It's like getting like a rectal massage from Wolverine. God, how would I know what that feels like?
This adamantium dick. Do you think they put adamantium in his cock?
I think just like spite him, they didn't need to.
He's permanently erect.
Yeah. Oh, the pain. Yeah.
Snicked.
God damn it. Anyway, yeah, he's in a lot of pain, is what we are getting at. He kind of like swings over to his old gargle buddy, Bruce. He's back. So we know that Spider-Man is, again, feeling profoundly lonely because he talks to this gargoyle for altogether way too long. We're gonna cut like in and out of this like scene, but like there's like a good like 3 scenes of him going like, "Yo, Bruce, yeah, that's a good point, Bruce." And like, yeah, I guess like he can't afford therapy, so this is the next best thing.
Do we sense a pattern here? Bruce, I finally figured out what I'm mutating into. A real jerk.
Meanwhile, we go back to Morbius, who realizes that he's different. He kind of goes to the window and he sees his reflection in the mirror and he's like, oh my god, my nose is different. I've got these pointy ears and all these long claws instead of fingernails. White skin. He's very
red
pale.
Eyes.
Blue hair. Yeah. Yeah, I just saw a band called 30 Seconds to Mars.
Also, I didn't notice it at first and I've never noticed this before.
Yeah.
He grows a goatee.
He does, yeah.
He just gets a goatee. Because I thought, I guess he had a goatee before, and I looked back at an image of him. Yeah, clean shaven. So he just grows a goatee.
Yeah.
Just becomes extra,
evil.
like, 90s band frontman.
Yeah. I want to start a band called Smash Mouth. Somebody did once tell me the rope was going to roll me.
You sound a little bit like Eddie Murphy in Coming to America.
That was completely by accident, but I see what you mean. my timing was over. I don't know how you get from one accent to the other.
I mean, it's closer than the William Shatner was to Morbius.
Yeah, that's true.
It's also worth mentioning at this point that he has disgusting, like, octopus hands.
I guess because he can't like be biting people on the show.
Yeah, he has hand suckers.
Little hand mouth that's kind of gross.
Fucking terrifying. I saw a tweet about this the other day, actually, which was just like, remember how in Spider-Man the Animated Series they gave him like blood-sucking hands instead of fangs to be like more kid-friendly, and it made it like way more terrifying?
Yeah. That's like some nightmare fuel.
Yeah, it's really creepy.
It's goddamn insane, you know? And like, I guess it make him stick to like walls, which doesn't need to do because he can fly.
Oh yeah, he can fly.
He can just like Superman. Like, not even like flap his wings.
He can't fly fast.
He just like floats away.
Floats away.
And you're like, okay, sure. Also, while this is going on, he's like, and I feel hungry. And he kind of and he just flies away. Cut to him at ESU, and there's this like kid on the ground, and he's got these little like marks on his face.
Yeah, he like attacks him and sucks him off. Yeah, sucks his plasma.
Yeah,
because he can't even suck blood. It's got to be plasma. But it's like basically the same thing, right?
Just go to like a TV shop, just terrorizing Best Buys across the country.
Yeah, isn't plasma what like the cells are in? The blood cells.
I think they can take
So if like he sucked the blood cells, it wouldn't like make you healthy, but it wouldn't like kill you. No, right?
It'd be like eating like bread. So like,
well, he ups your cholesterol or something.
I imagine it would. Yeah, there's no nutritional value, but it'll like make you more bloated. I guess just empty calories.
Yeah, he's just giving everyone like heart conditions.
Yeah,
fuck, that's even worse.
It's kind of a dick move there, Morbius.
Yeah, just bite people. He's got fangs. He's just got fangs for no reason.
Just for like better chewing, I guess.
What do you think of Morbius's design in this, by the way?
I mean, it's better than his regular design.
in the comics.
No, in like the show, like his tongue was open.
Oh, right, yeah.
I wouldn't like it if like Tommy was turned into a vampire.
I think he looks pretty good, actually.
And also, do you know, like, I don't know if this has happened before, but like, do his sleeves roll up as well?
Yeah, I think so. I think he rolls them up.
I'm a badass now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his collar goes up as well.
It's like what you do when you're like 10 years old, or your sleeves up and pop your
or you're
shirt
in like a biker gang.
Yeah.
He's gonna audition for like the next like Danny Zuko in Greece.
But I think his son looks quite cool, and I like the blue hair and the red eyes. I think he looks cool.
The blue hair I'm kind of like iffy on. The goatee is a absolute 10 out of 10.
Yeah, the goatee kind of ruins it for me. Although maybe it was just a thing where, like, going back to Poochie, it's like when they're drawing Poochie, like the animator draws him, and then they're like, I don't know, he needs more attitude, and then they fill in his glasses with just like black, and they're like, oh yeah, that's the one.
That's attitude.
And I feel like they were looking at this design of Morbius, and then someone drew in the goatee.
They're like, this has attitude.
Yeah,
give that man a raise. Just like it's like in Good Will Hunting, where like Matt Damon comes in, the janitor, just like draws a goatee on him, and Robin Williams is like, brilliant.
We gotta make that janitor an animator on this show because he added a goatee to our design.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. You made a good show. Anyway, so he realizes that his hunger is for blood.
Plasma.
Blood/plasma, but like, legally we can only say plasma. So he goes to like drain another person's blood, like this like young woman. She runs away and she's about to be like sucked off. And Spider-Man swings in and is like, what the fuck, dude? And they kind of fight for a bit. They go to this rooftop and Spider-Man's about to kick his ass. Then the pain in his sides comes back because he needs desperate kidney assistance. At that point, like, he's incapacitated. He's totally at Morbius's mercy. And then Morbius like dives off of the building. Just like, I can't do this, no! And Spider-Man's like, what the hell just happened? And he looks over, he sees like a voice recorder, and he's like, oh, that'd be helpful.
Thank God Michael fought to carry it around and describe every single thing that happened to him.
Oh look, a convenient plot device.
I mean, it is probably like at some point in the writing process, they were like, we need to get to a point where Spider-Man's got to know it's Michael Morbius who's turned into a vampire, but no one else can. And they're like, how do we do that unless Spider-Man views all this stuff? And wouldn't he try and intervene? And you're like, okay, just have a tape recorder. And then we can just record all this and give it.
They were like, fuck it. Let's go to lunch, guys.
It's a neat device for it.
It's a very neat device. It's not quite like cheap, but it's like, it's not expensive. So Spider-Man kind of like picks up this recorder and he hears, he presumably hears Morbius going like, that Peter Parker is an asshole. Fuck that guy, he's the worst. And I'm assuming because it's like Morbius, there's like recording of him and Felicia just in the bedroom. Just hear like sex noises across this. He's like, skip. Yeah.
As they did in the 90s. They didn't film it. They just like set up a tape recorder.
I mean, probably didn't, but Morbius definitely did.
All right, yeah. He doesn't know how cameras work.
No, this is a Morbius specific thing. It's like, I prefer the sounds. I had to close my eyes and imagine.
He's so like unattractive as a. I don't understand why people fancy him in this show.
Because he's
so greasy looking.
Maybe that's what women want, is well-greased men.
Do you think that like all these guys you see who are like wearing like black trench coats and shades think that they're Morbius and that they're gonna have the same effect on women?
Like, you don't know they don't.
I do know they don't.
Well, I was going to say no, but that was a very nice duster. I like the way you flipped up the collar and rolled up the sleeves. What's your number?
I remember playing like laser tag once, and there was a guy who turned up dressed like Neo, and he was incredible at this game, and he just made it impossible to play. And he was doing like rolls and stuff. He was like really into it.
I imagine he had lots of sex.
It was one of those things where during the game, everyone was like, whoa, this guy's the man. And then like as soon as it was over and we were outside, he's still dressed like Neo. And then you're like, oh. And then he just kind of like goes home.
Does he like fly away? And then Radio Projected Machine came out of some speaker somewhere.
I hunger for plasma. Michael Morbius? Messing with a stolen sample of my blood? I never should have left it at ESU.
So Morbius is just on this voice recorder going like, Peter Parker is the fucking worst, I'm going to destroy him. And he realises that, oh, that's my blood he stole, and now is flipping out over.
Bitch got my blood.
Bitch got my blood.
Give that plasma back, Morbius.
What do you mean with that plasma?
What you doing, Morbius? Stay away from my blood.
So yeah, Spider-Man blames himself because he left his blood lying around, and then he promises to find Morbius a cure. But then he's trying to get into Morbius' head, and he's like, if I were a mutant vampire, what would I do? And his answer is, I would go and have some sex. And he goes, oh my god, he's at Felicia's house. So he runs over to Felicia's house as Peter Parker. He couldn't have the time, I guess, to explain what was going on, basically, because he's just like, yeah, Morbius is dangerous, just stay away from him. And Felicia's like, he sounds a lot like you're jealous. And he's like, I'm not jealous, but you should stay away from that dangerous man. Doesn't explain anything, and she tells him to get the fuck out, because obviously she would.
It's kind of like in Iron Fist when he turns up and just starts going, I'm Danny Rand, I'm Danny Rand. And everyone's like, this is crazy, get out. And he's like, I don't understand, I'm Danny Rand. And
the security is like, let's go, come on.
And he does it for like 4 episodes straight. At no point thinks of any other way of...
Doesn't change his strategy. He's just like, no, this is gonna work. The 79th time is the charm. Yeah, he kind of tells him to fuck off. But as she sits down, like in a huff, she hears a whisper in the wind. Felicia. And Morbius is creepy, as we know, but like, goddamn, dude.
Yeah, why is he doing that?
What the fuck is he doing? She kind of goes to the window and he's there like, hello.
Yeah, he just...
Oh, hi, Felicia. He kind of bursts in and he's like, I must take your blood. But then he kind of holds back and he's like, no, it's Felicia. I can't do this to Felicia. And Peter hears a scream from downstairs and he changes his costume. He swings in and he's like, I'll save you, Felicia. And they dive off a window and Spider-Man kind of fights Morbius and he's like, yo, calm the fuck down, I can help you. And he's like, how do you know my name?
So I recognise that jacket anywhere. That terrible, terrible accent.
Who else could it be? The room won't be like made for another 8 years at least. Anyway, things are about to get hairy. Like, Spider-Man kind of realizes that Morbius is weaker. And he realizes that that's because he hasn't had any blood for a while. So he kind of just goes and bear hugs him. Mm-hmm. When you've got the super strong weapon you can use at any time, that seems like the worst thing to do. You shouldn't be restraining people by hand.
Yeah, especially when you got like plasma suckers.
Yeah, and obviously that fails immediately. They're wrestling around, Morbius is trying to suck him off, and then the sun comes up. And what happens when the sun comes up? Instead of dying like a vampire would or sparkling, he just turns back into a human.
Yeah, and then he falls off the roof.
Yeah.
And then everyone comes around and they're like, oh, Spider-Man pushed this poor exchange student off a roof for no reason.
Gave him all these hideous clothes.
Yeah.
Those are mine! They're from my personal wardrobe!
And then like an asshole, he's like, oh, Spider-Man, stop.
Stop.
He just moans random words that incriminate Spider-Man.
Spider-Man did 9/11. And yeah, like, Spider-Man's obviously been like incriminated and he swings off. Cut to the hospital later on in the day. And I get why they did this, but Felicia goes over there and it's like coming on to like nighttime again. I get that, like, she must have been busy or something because, like, effectively, what, like 18 hours has passed since this happened? She's like, shit, I should go see Morbius now. My fuck buddy's in the hospital.
Maybe, wait, was she there when, she wasn't there when he was found though, right?
No. Yeah. So as far as she knows.
If you're dating someone, they're probably not going to let you know first. Especially you're just casually dating someone, the hospital don't ring you up and tell you. Yeah,
but like...
She'll just hear from someone.
But she'll hear earlier than that. Like, if she was found in ESU, like, campus that, like, last night, she would have heard by the morning. She'd be like, hey, Felicia, you know that guy you was sleeping with? Like, he was found, like, attacked by Spider-Man.
Well, it depends. Was it Sunday?
I don't even know if it was a Sunday. It wouldn't matter in a university.
Yeah, but she doesn't necessarily live on campus.
Someone would call her on the phone.
Who?
One of her friends, I don't know.
You're relying on her having all these friends that knew about it and knew that they were dating. Maybe she's keeping it secret because he's a creepy weirdo.
I mean, like, they're walking around, like, campus together, I guess.
Yeah, but they're not, like, making out in public.
Yeah, I guess.
They're making out in his creepy cobweb lair.
I mean, like, if you see someone going to that cobweb lair, you know they're fucking. There's nothing else going on there. There's bat research and fucking. Yeah. That's it. Mostly bat research. So no, she goes into the hospital in an inopportune time, and she's like, yeah, like, how's he doing? And at this time, the sun's going down. He turns back into a vampire. And by the time she gets up to the hospital, the room's empty. The windows are open, and she's like, Spider-Man must have done this. And now the police are kind of like, yeah, we're out for Spider-Man for hurting this poor exchange student, you know? Again. And the fashion police are out for Morbius because they're like, that's no good.
This is actually quite similar to, like, how this sort of thing would be handled by Stan Lee. You know, of like the whole thing of people finding any reason to blame Spider-Man whenever anything like this happens.
Yeah.
Although I guess it makes a bit more sense in this universe because as far as we know, there aren't really like a million superheroes running around New York.
No.
So it's like, yeah, who could do this apart from Spider-Man?
Apart from like that one guy with the octopus arms or the scorpion tail or
Yeah,
Rhino
I guess they're
costume.
all in jail.
I guess, yeah, that's true. So we know that Spider-Man's now on and off from the police, and we cut to Crawford's lab, and this is really funny because like when she picks up the phone, and she calls Sergei Kravenov, right? And he's Kraven. But when he picks it up, like it's almost like they had like a falling out, and he hasn't called her for like 2 months, and he's like, "Yes, hi Sergey, how have you been?" He's like, "Bitch, what?"
It is weird, like he seeing Kraven look at like Kraven, but because he doesn't have the crazy jungle potion, he's just a regular guy who looks like Kraven.
Yeah, he's like, "Hello, this is Sergey. How can I help you?" And I feel like there's been like some like fight and they've broken up because she's like,
Well, I mean, she did go back to New York
Yeah.
and leave him behind.
they've definitely had, like, she's having like a breakup sabbatical, you know, like I need some time from you because you're a jungle man.
Didn't she try and do that before, but because he was crazy?
She's been trying to break up with him for months.
Yeah, and she's like, well, now that you don't have crazy jungle powers, you can't smell me from a continent away, I'm just gonna like break it off.
Break up, yeah. I've been willing to do this for a while. It's not you. Well, no, it is you. But no, yeah, she calls him. He's like, "Yes, what do you want?" And she's like, "Oh, do you know that serum that I gave to Peter Parker? He definitely shouldn't drink it because it'll mutate him the fuck up. He shouldn't drink that at all. It's not gonna work at all." Cut to.
Wait, why does she ring Kraven?
I don't know what. I think just like
Because I think at the time I was like, sure, she needs to tell something, but then she just rang him to say she just vented, like,
Yeah.
oh, this bad thing is happening, and he's like, okay, I
Why are
can't
you
do anything
calling
about
me?
it. I'm in fucking Africa.
yeah. And he's like, "I know, but like I need to talk to someone and I miss you." And he's like, "Don't call this number again. This is too painful. I can't go through this again with you."
Yeah, this is the problem when.
When your ex is a jungle man.
Well, I was gonna. We all know that feeling, but
Yeah. God.
no, but I mean, like, this is the problem when you're Spider-Man. You don't have a phone number.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm just gonna take these potions and then just like not tell anyone
Yeah.
what's going on.
There's spider phone to be found.
Yeah.
Not like a bat signal, just like, "You'll see me when you see me." Long story short, Crawford's like, "I really hope Peter didn't take that potion." Cut to Peter taking that potion. That was some good serum I just had.
But it's always sunny, like opening of like.
It's not even like him like being okay for a while, it's just immediate cuts to pain, Peter in agony. "Oh my god, I shouldn't have taken that potion!" Effectively, what happens is he takes a bit of a hands-on approach to getting rid of his mutation because he grows 4 extra of them.
Yeah, 4 new arms
Yeah.
like come out of his sides, and I feel like there are certain designs and stuff, especially in like kids stuff, like when you have like multiple arms, it's kind of like cool.
Yeah.
But they make it look kind of horrifying,
Yeah.
especially when the more you think about it and how that would actually work and how that would feel.
The agony.
Or not even just like agony or like the transformation, but just the feeling of having like
Yeah. Arms
extra
sprout.
arms in your ribs.
I'm
and
assuming like a skeleton to get
you
along with
couldn't
that.
like put your arms down
Yeah.
because there'd be 2 arms.
What about your kidney? Effectively, he's being punched in the kidneys every now and again by his like new arms.
I don't know.
One arm comes out where his kidney should be.
I'm assuming they're just like growing from the skin. They're not like starting in the middle and then punching their way out
That's
his
just what
body.
like physiologically. That just means that there's empty like skins like flaps of hand.
None of it makes sense. Your version of it also wouldn't make sense.
like physiologically. I mean, if
well, like if it has to like come all the way from his spine.
yeah, that's what would have had to happen. Obviously,
Maybe
this is,
it's like a bone and sinews and stuff and like capillaries, blah blah blah. That's like growing inside him, and that's what causing him pain.
Yeah.
And that's just going to the edge, and then bam, those giant arms come out all at once.
yeah, but they need like bones and muscle and shit, you know.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't make sense. Like, even if they didn't, it wouldn't make sense that he just grows anything like fast.
None of this makes sense. I mean,
Yeah, even if they were like dicks or something, like
Yeah.
that wouldn't make sense. But it's like it's magic,
probably even
magic
painful.
science.
Yeah. And as you might have told, this is not be resolved in the next 2.5 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
So this is a to be continued.
Yep.
And yeah, Spider-Man has become more anatomically correct as Spider-Man.
Yeah. So everything's fine now.
Everything's great. It's better even. And yeah, that brings us to the end of the episode. As a way of like summing up this episode, what did you think of this one?
It's not one of my favorites,
Yeah.
really. Although one thing I will say in its favor is that There's some really impressive animation for this show.
The animation is actually really good for this episode.
Yeah, and it wasn't like there can be a lot of like reusing the same like images and
like footage and stuff like that.
Yeah, so there was like one shot where it was like an overhead shot of him while he swung, and then dips down as he goes near the street, and then it like transfers into the 3D.
Yeah,
and it's like there was a couple of things in there that were kind of like interesting looking,
like artistically done and stuff.
Yeah, so I think from that angle it's good. I think as silly as it was, the way they like made a new version of Morbius's origin was kind of good.
It's on the levels of like Dr. Octopus and Spider-Man 2, which is like really bad science protocol.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's like, in terms of just like setting it up in something that's believable in this universe, yes, yeah,
I think it works, yeah.
And I like the way Morbius looks.
Soul patch included?
No, the soul patch is terrible, but I worry that if you took it off, it would look weird.
It'd look worse.
But anyway, it just didn't inspire much for me. It was just like, it was like an okay episode.
Do you know what it reminded me of a lot? What? Was the episode 8, one with Rhino and the first one with the alien costume. Where you're like, something's happening to Peter Parker, but then before you cared, but this one you kind of don't care until the very end.
Yeah, I think with this, it's just the build-up to having Morbius become a vampire and then the transition into him becoming a vampire. It's kind of like, oh, cool. But then as soon as he's there, it's like, oh, it's just like a vampire.
It bodes well.
So it's just, I think I just don't like Morbius that much in the show.
Huh?
I haven't got much thoughts on this one.
I like the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I think it's like the best cliffhanger we've had so far.
Yeah, it's the best one of those so far. Probably.
It's up there with the Sinister Six one, but I think this one's like just for like pure like shot value of like what the fuck.
Yeah, I remember this being really cool when I was a kid. Actually,
yeah,
I think it's a cool idea, but like it's something that's actually going to be explored in the next episode.
Yeah,
this feels like a piece of a puzzle because they didn't even really they gave Morbius's origin and stuff and established everything with him, but they didn't conclude anything with him.
No,
so I feel like this is definitely feeling part of like this ongoing series. And not like the mutant one where it was like, well, this is a 2-part. I feel like this is just something that's going to keep on going for a while.
Yeah, I feel it.
And it's okay.
It's good.
I think, you know what, this might be the worst one so far.
Worst episode of the whole show?
The worst episode of the episodes that we've covered so far.
Shit.
But I've liked most of them, to be honest. The worst one maybe before this was Hobgoblin Part 2, and I thought that was like okay.
Okay, like,
or maybe the Scorpion one, but I never like disliked any of them.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same position where you look at it, like the show's just had a very high standard so far, and this has been like a 6 out of 10, but most of the episodes have been a 7 and upwards.
Yeah,
that makes sense. It's just like
I'd say it's even like maybe a 5. It's proper, or even a 4.
Like
the more I think about it, the less I like it.
It's like you were just kind of like just going through the motions a bit.
Yeah.
And
Morbius sucks.
Morbius kind of. Morbius sucks. We'll get on to that later.
I've been like happy to like reevaluate my thoughts on Morbius.
But he kind of blows. I don't know. It's like a vampire thing, I guess. Where I'm like, most of the time they're just a bit lame.
Yeah, I think it's hard to make vampires work now because they have been overdone, even in a way that like zombies haven't.
Yeah.
It's just. There have been a lot of variations on. The last good vampire thing I've seen was probably this movie called Only Lovers Left Alive. It's got Tilda Swinton and Tom Hiddleston in it.
Yeah.
But it just really focuses on like what it would be like to be centuries old and just this kind of fatigue of living and like having existed for so long and
wanting to die effectively.
Yeah.
And nothing really
but just it's like this what's the word, like Ennui, yeah, exactly. It's focusing on that part of it. So it's quite a boring movie, to be honest, but like it is really good.
Like it's meant to be kind of boring.
Yeah, because it's just like it doesn't make it like look glamorous at all, even though they're like these kind of cool versions of vampires. It just looks kind of unpleasant in the end, and I think that's the last good thing I've seen of it. But it is kind of hard to make it work.
Like the last thing I think I saw of like vampires, which I like was really cool and like edgy, was this movie series based on this like book series called Twilight.
Ah.
Yeah, so it's about this like one vampire called Edward who wants to have sex with a 17-year-old girl, and then he does.
And he's like 900 years old.
Yeah. They have like a really fucked up baby. Taylor Lautner's in there as a wolf.
How many of those have you watched?
0.
You watched 0?
Of course I watched fucking 0.
Oh, you can't say shit though.
I guess.
I think there's a level of camp to those movies.
There's a level of camp to vampires. Is the problem? They're just.
Well, a deliberate level of camp.
Yeah. I don't know. Like it's up.
Have you read Dracula?
No, I haven't actually.
Dracula is fucking great. It's a great book. There is definitely good vampire fiction out there. It's I think modern
Helsing's
vampire.
Good.
Van Helsing.
No, Helsing, the anime. It's the only anime I've watched.
I thought you were saying the Hugh Jackman Van Helsing movie was good, and I was like, no, it is not.
Preacher. He as a vampire preacher.
Haven't seen Preacher.
Preacher, the first season is good. I don't really watch more than that.
All right.
And as well as that, I guess What We Do in the Shadows is back. I haven't seen that, and that might be okay.
There's a movie called Near Dark by Catherine. Is it Catherine Bigelow? Either way, it's got like Bill Paxton in it.
Sure.
It's really good.
There's this movie called Vampires Suck. Again, don't watch it.
Is that one of those like epic movie guys?
Yeah.
No, thank you. I do plan on watching all the Twilight movies at some point. I watched the first one and I didn't like it, but I've heard the other ones get crazier and sillier, and I'm into that.
I feel like there's that level of crazy, but I feel like 50 Shades is crazier on like a base level. I feel the craziest Twilight film is only half as crazy as like the least crazy 50 Shades movies.
Well, I think Twilight starts like almost mundane and then gets more insane. Like, you know, the last movie has like a huge battle scene where they're like throwing each other around and ripping each other's heads off and stuff. And like there's like a subplot of Taylor Lautner being attracted to a baby.
I knew the baby thing.
That stuff comes in somehow later on. But at the start, it's just like a random girl, like whoever's watching can like project themselves onto, and then a tall dark stranger arrives. Oh no, he's a vampire, and abstinence.
Yeah.
But I think it gets more insane.
Yeah.
I think even the second one is like they just bring in like there's the High Council of Vampires, and then like Martin Sheen is in there like hamming it up. Not Martin Sheen, Michael Sheen. Very, very different people.
Very different.
Yeah, but I don't know. You need to do something with vampires, and I think the thing with Morbius is that he kind of exists to be like, what if
a vampire was man-made?
Yeah. In terms of his use in stories, Morbius is basically there to be like, what if a vampire was like a supervillain? You know, what if a vampire was in a regular comic superhero story?
Yeah.
Like, that's the interesting thing about him. And I think that that's not enough.
Because you're going through like scenes, and like the only reason he has any kind of emotional tie-in is because of Felicia. But you don't care what happens to him beyond that.
Do you want to move into the comic stuff?
Unless you have anything more to say about Morbius, which I somehow doubt.
No. In the comics, he's kind of introduced in a similar way. His first appearance was in The Amazing Spider-Man 101 from 1971, written by Roy Thomas and with art by Gil Kane. And it was part of the Six Arms saga, which is effectively the same thing where he's going through these changes in the same way he is in the show.
Yeah.
But basically in the issue 100, it's like shortly after the death of Captain Stacy, and Gwen Stacy blames Spider-Man for the death, and he's kind of really down on being Spider-Man, so he makes a potion that will basically get rid of his Spider-Man powers.
Yeah.
So it's less of like in this show where it's like, oh, you might lose your powers as a side effect of curing the mutancy, where it's just like, no, this is just to get rid of my powers so I don't have the responsibility of being Spider-Man anymore.
Yeah.
And he takes it, and then he like falls asleep, and he wakes up, and he's got like these 4 extra arms. And then for the rest of this like arc, he's got those, and he's kind of has to disappear from his life for a bit, because he's like, I've got 6 arms.
He's gonna have to join the army.
God, that's bad. That's so bad. We also get Morbius's origin, which is quite different from this. He's still from like this like vague Eastern European country.
Nobody knows where he comes from or how old he is.
In this, he's got like a disease. You know, did we mention that in the show? Like he's like trying to like cure the villagers of a disease that they have, but he's got a disease, and it's nothing to do with like a plague or anything like that.
It's a disease he has.
Yeah, it's like a rare blood disease. So he's like very weak, and he's working on a cure with his partner Nikos. Mm-hmm. Using radiation and vampire bats.
How could that possibly go wrong? That's dumb.
And then he's like, oh, this is kind of illegal, so let's do this away from land. Let's go out to the sea. And they go onto the Mediterranean Sea in a boat to like do...
Fuck all these sea creatures.
Yeah, they're just going to do their experiments out there. he hasn't told his partner, his girlfriend, Martine, that he's experimenting on himself. She just knows they're doing lab stuff, and she insists on coming, and he's like, oh, fine. And then basically he puts on this suit. It looks like one of those like diver suits. Yeah. You know? And he puts one of those on, and basically the idea of their experiment is to create blood cells using electricity.
Sure. Again, what could possibly go wrong?
Well, this is when he says, as he's doing it, and Nikos is like, oh, are you sure this is kind of dangerous? He's like, what side effect can possibly be worse than death? Because his disease is going to kill him. And he's like, well...
Might as well just, like, get some electricity in there.
Yeah. But basically...
die in agony.
He puts this on, he transforms in the same way as he does in the show. Like, he becomes, like, white skin and
his goatee grows in.
I don't think he has a goatee in the show, in the comics. Basically, he transforms, and then Nikos is like, hey man, are you okay? And then he immediately, like, attacks him and bites him and, like, kills him, sucks his blood. Which is worth mentioning, in the comics, he actually does have fangs and, like, actually uses them.
Doesn't have an octopus like suckers.
No, it's a lot less creepy.
It's a great deal less creepy somehow.
And then after this, he's like, he still has the hunger, and he realizes, like, oh, fuck, I want to, you know, suck on my girlfriend. So he's like, I'm just gonna get out of here. So he jumps in the water to kill himself. But then he has like he can't override this instinct to live, so he swims to the surface again. And at that point, the boat's already like left, and he's just in the middle.
Wait,
of the
what? Oh, they don't know. They don't know he's like jumped off. They're just like, oh, see you, doctor.
No, this boat is just the three of them.
Okay.
And his girlfriend was asleep. So she's just on a boat that's moving. She's asleep, presumably. But she doesn't, like...
No.
She's not involved in the rest of this story, so I don't know what happens.
Can't he, like, fly?
Huh?
Can't he fly in this iteration?
Yeah, he can, but I don't think he knows how to fly at this point.
That makes sense, actually.
But also, he doesn't want to get back on the boat where he has a bloodlust with his girlfriend.
Yeah. I can see that.
He gets a bit of, like, this Jekyll and Hyde thing, where, like, when he needs blood and stuff, he becomes a bit more, like... He has, like, moments of, like, guilt and everything, but he's also, like, talks about how other people are lesser beings and stuff like that, and, like, you know, I deserve to live and all this stuff.
That's an eye.
But,
classic Spider-Man villain.
His powers end up being flying, super strength, being fast, healing well, having fangs. And then he needs blood and he hates sunlight, but he doesn't like burn in the same way that vampires do. Like,
doesn't sparkle. It's upset him.
He'll just become like a
gremlin.
He'll become a gammon man. And he's got no weakness to garlic or holy water, crucifixes or anything like that. So he doesn't have those vampire things.
That would be stupid.
Also, unlike in the show, which kind of implies that he just kind of like exhausts his victims, he just like kills them.
They die.
Yeah, or like they either die or they almost die. So it's
they lose a lot of blood and like on death's door.
And he becomes entangled with Spider-Man because Spider-Man basically
it's like, don't do that shit.
Well, no, Spider-Man's like doing his own thing because of the arms.
Oh, is that happening like concurrently?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that happens in issue 100. Morbius arrives in issue 101.
Oh shit!
And basically, Spider-Man he rings up Dr. Kurt Connors and is like, "Yo, I've helped you when you became the Lizard like 5 times now. Can you help me out? I need somewhere to stay to like lay low."
And he's like, "Hold on, I've got another call. Yes, that was like 6 pizzas." And then another call, he's like, got the stock market. He's like, "Yes, Aunt May, I'll be home for dinner in a minute." And the 6th one's like, "Yeah, Mary Jane wants to cancel our date." So I had to do that joke, bad.
Yeah, to no one, because this isn't live stream, so people can't see you acting this out with all your arms.
Yeah. Point is, he's making a lot of phone calls with his arms because he has 6 of them now. He can make 6 phone calls at once.
Anyway, Connors basically says, like, I've got, like, a summer home in Long Island you can hang out in. And so Spider-Man swings down to Long Island, I guess, and gets down there and finds this, like, it's basically like a spooky mansion, like a haunted castle, like, right by the sea. And Morbius, meanwhile, he was floating around in the sea, and then he basically gets found, like, Jason Bourne style. And this is the 2nd episode in a row we've talked about Jason Bourne, but
it's making it like a streak.
But he gets pulled onto the boat,
Yeah.
and they bring him on board, but then he just starts picking people off
And just like
while
biting
he's there.
people. Okay.
Eventually, they all find out that it's him that's doing it, and they like chase him, and then he just like flies away.
Roger, stop biting people on the ship. God damn it, Roger, you're fired. Oh, Roger, I'm sorry. It wasn't you. It was the vampire guy we picked up about 2 days ago. I hope you'll forgive me.
Yeah, and he goes to the shore, and he just happens upon the same house that Spider-Man's
Of
in.
course he does, yeah.
And
It reminds me of home.
and that's where Spider-Man is using Dr. Connor's equipment to try and make himself a cure.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I don't know who this like 6-armed guy is, but I'm going to try and drink his blood. They end up fighting, and then Dr. Connors turns up like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? They end up fighting, and the stress of it turns Dr. Connors into a lizard again.
Oh no.
And so they have like this freeway like monster mash.
Was it a great old smash?
Yeah, it was.
So we got like a spider, a vampire, and a lizard all walk into a bar.
Exactly. Morbius escapes, but they find out that there's an enzyme in Morbius's blood that will get rid of the extra limbs. And
So
then,
Spider had to suck his blood.
well, he ends up getting it from Morbius, and then Morbius runs away with the blood, and then he takes down Morbius and gets the enzyme,
Yeah.
but then Morbius falls into the sea, and they're like, oh, I guess he's dead.
Yeah.
And he sort of disappears for a while. And next time he shows up, it's like a Marvel team-up thing where he like hypnotizes someone because he's got like that vampire hypnosis.
Sure. That's definitely a thing they can do.
Yep. In 1973, so 2 years later, he ends up becoming sort of the lead of a series called Vampire Tales, which is like it was like a magazine that's like black and white, and it's all vampire stories, and he gets like one story in it.
Is it like a whole thing where like this is like rich vampire and he has these 3 nephews?
No. You know the Incredible Hulk TV show?
The 90s one. It's part of the universe, isn't it? But like
What? The universe?
the TV universe, isn't it?
What TV universe?
The animated series, X-Men, Iron Man, all those
Oh,
ones.
no. Sorry. I mean the live action.
Oh,
not
okay.
the cartoon.
Not the cartoon. The one with like
Bill
yeah.
Bixby.
Yeah, that was one.
Yeah, anyway, that one, you know how he's like, the premise of the show is that it's kind of like,
He just goes around.
he goes town to town, and then it's like at some point he'll Hulk out, but he's
the
just,
dog bit him or something.
yeah, he's just like going around like trying to make his way through the world. That's kind of what Morbius does in his stuff. It's just like he's going town to town and then trying not to feast on blood. And then
The road vampire.
he also like headlines the Adventure into Fear series for a while, and then like co-stars in a bunch of random stuff like Doctor Strange, until the 90s when he gets his own series called Morbius the Living Vampire, that's his full title in the comics, you know.
That's what he writes in those like legal documents.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the Amazing Spider-Man, the Invincible Iron Man, Morbius.
The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, Morbius the Living Vampire.
It's his brand name.
Yeah, he gets that for like 3 years in the 90s before it gets cancelled.
Yeah.
He gets involved in that Maximum Carnage bullshit.
Of course he does.
Because everyone's in that. But in his own series, he's basically like the Punisher, but like...
He's got fangs.
But yeah, he's just like, okay, well, I'm going to use these powers to fight criminals and drink their blood instead of random people.
Sure.
And then way later, did I ever tell you about like Frankencastle?
I think now it's coming back to me, yeah.
It's when the Punisher is killed and chopped into pieces by Wolverine's son, Daken.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, and then basically he gets put back together as Frankenstein Frank Castle, so Frankencastle. And then there's a series where he's the Punisher, but he's Frankenstein. And the person who put him back
Frankenstein's
together...
monster, you mean?
Whatever. Frankencastle's monster, whatever.
Sorry, just had to be that guy.
Don't you mean Frank Castle's Punisher? Yes.
Yeah, I did.
He gets put back together by Morbius.
Okay. Why?
And then he becomes part of like, this monster squad, going around being a monster. I know, I read a little bit of it, it's fine.
Okay.
In 2013, he gets another series, so he's now got his Morbius series again, but I think that's been cancelled again. So he's had like no series that have lasted a long time, but I think there are fans out there, because there are fans of like horror comics, which there were a bunch of.
Yeah.
And I think if you're a Marvel fan, you're also a horror fan, he's like one of the few like
I'm
big
trying to think,
names.
actually, yeah.
Him and like Blade and...
But then, to be honest, like, what does he have that Blade doesn't have? Is the question you got.
Well, he's more of a vampire.
But he's also lamer.
But Blade wasn't a vampire most of his history.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
He was just a guy hunting vampires.
I'd still rather watch that.
Well, I think Morbius was in a lot of Blade comics as well.
Okay. Because obviously he's a vampire, he has to hunt him.
Yeah.
And obviously Morbius is a motherfucker who can like skate uphill.
Oh yeah, of course that had to come up.
Yeah.
Shit. But yeah, that's kind of where Morbius is at. Oh, also, do you know what Morbius looks like in the comics?
I'm guessing like does he look a lot like he does in the series?
No.
I know no soul patch.
Here's him in the his first issue, the cover.
Ooh, that is scary, but also kind of like flamboyant.
Yeah.
It looks like a demonic bullfighter.
Yeah, he's basically got this black and red, like, skin-tight suit with, like, a huge popped collar, shows his chest, and, like, red, like, wings under the armpits.
Sure.
Oh, he has got a goatee. I was wrong about the goatee.
Yeah, it's just like...
I just never noticed it, because it's like his face is all, like...
fucked up.
It's all, like, dark black and red and white, so
It
I
just
didn't
seems
really...
like a shadow or something.
Yeah, exactly, but he does have a goatee, apparently.
Yeah.
And he has the same sort of long black hair. Yeah, I do kind of like his design in this. It's very, like, 70s.
Yeah.
It's very, like, over the top, like, Vampirella sort of stuff.
It is super Vampirella.
Yeah, and I think it looks better than the thing in the show, but the show is, like, very much like a 90s version of this, if you know what I mean.
It's very extreme.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I ended up reading a few Morbius comics because
Yeah.
I thought, like, you know, there are people out there who are big Morbius fans, but I just didn't get into it. Just not.
It's not that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I guess maybe it's because I'm not like a huge fan of the subgenre of like vampires, but
Yeah. Like, it's a podcast for it, but like I feel like it's a horror like thing. Like, there's usually like an underlying metaphor thing to most like horror like adaptations, and like the vampire one is often misconstrued, and it makes for like less compelling vampire narratives.
yeah, I feel like you have to do something with it. Can't just
Yeah.
be there.
This guy drinks blood and he's immortal.
Yeah,
And the worst ones are always the ones which don't have to do with like the vampire aspect of it, and like they humanize it shittily is the thing.
yeah. Regardless of like how I feel about the comic version of Morbius, he is getting his own movie.
Someone decided like they read that comment, they were like, we should make a movie about this. And which company would do that? It's only Sony.
Yeah, part of their kind of Spider-Man cinematic universe.
Part of
maybe?
their, like,
kind of
Terminally ill cash cow that they're trying to make work.
What was it like in collaboration with Marvel Studios? Like whatever the thing that comes up. Anyway, as of this recording, the Morbius trailer dropped like a week ago.
You can
So
say
it's
it
probably
plopped more than dropped.
it's probably like a month ago by the time this goes out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
We're gonna talk about that.
that was a trailer.
That was a trailer that I watched with my eyes.
It's directed by Daniel Espinosa, who did Life and Safe House and Child 44.
I've maybe heard of any of those.
I think they're kind of ones where pretty much all of them have had like middling reviews.
sounds about
Safe
right.
House was kind of shit. I've seen that one. That's
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
Really? Well, look,
Yeah.
a film Ryan Reynolds in was bad.
I think it's him.
Who
maybe
would
it's
have known?
maybe it's Chris Pine. I don't know. It's one of those guys.
It was like vaguely handsome, vaguely humorous white dudes.
Yeah, and Life was that thing that like
Was that-
everyone thought was going to be like a Venom prequel, and then turned out to just be a random movie with
Is that like
Ryan Reynolds in it.
and Jake Gyllenhaal, right?
Yeah,
Which was again, I don't think anyone saw it.
and it's also from the writers of Power Rangers, Dracula Untold, The Last Witch Hunter, and Gods of Egypt.
Why would you put that in the trailer?
Yeah, I mean that is like one of those things where you're like, oh, maybe it could be good, and then you're like, whoa,
He wrote these bombs.
jeez. Also, Tyrese Gibson's going to be in it.
Oh no, that's about his level.
You know he's gonna have some wisecracks in it, some sort of sub Kevin Hart wisecracks.
Like some low, like Fast and Furious reject lines.
Anyway, for those who don't know, this has got Jared Leto as Morbius.
I.e., like the most overrated actor in all of Hollywood.
Yeah, not a fan of Leto really.
I liked him in Requiem for a Dream and Dallas Buyers Club, and he can fuck himself in everything else.
Yeah, but even like the Dallas Buyers Club thing, it was kind of weird because he was playing a trans woman. Yeah, not. But in this one, he's playing like it seems to be closer to the comics in that he has got some kind of condition.
Yeah, they go from the comic origin rather than the cartoon origin. And that's a better move.
Yeah.
I think, actually, like, if it was a Spider-Man movie, they would have gone, like, the cartoon route. Because it makes more sense as a tragic villain origin. But if you're getting, like, a sympathetic character who's basically
I don't really know.
protagonist-
It seems like it does look like an origin story where they're going to spend a long time getting him to the vampire part. Because it seems like
is a bad
whatever
idea.
experiment that makes him into it is like some really elaborate thing that he's doing to like rid himself of the blood disease or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. The most notable things about this that I can think of is one, that you get the one shot where he looks at the camera with the Morbius face on.
Yeah.
And I think it looked kind of shit.
It looked like
But it looked kind of like gross. Like he looked like just like a weird,
It's like the
ill,
difference.
homeless man.
Yeah. It's the difference between, like, cartoon Venom and, like, Tom Hardy Venom, and it just looks like shit. You're like, why would anyone...
Just gloopy.
Just goofy. Yeah, this one kind of looks a bit like just gross and sweaty. It's just like, ugh.
Another notable thing about this is that they're definitely making a point of leaving like little Easter eggs in there for people to be like, oh, this is connected to other movies, even though it might not really be.
That's like the only thing we're gonna get. It's like, look at this poster of Spider-Man we can legally use.
Oh, but talking of that poster,
Yeah.
right, so there's this shot in the trailer of him like walking through an alley, and there's a poster that says with a picture of Spider-Man, and someone's graffitied murderer over it,
Which sure.
referencing presumably the end of Far From Home,
Yeah.
where it appears that Spider-Man's done some bad shit.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing about this, where do you think that image is from? The picture of Spider-Man?
That's not a MCU Spider-Man, is it?
No, it's the Raimi Spider-Man suit, but it's not like a shot that they've made for it or one that they've taken from the first 3 Spider-Man movies. It's a shot of the Raimi suit in the loading screen of Spider-Man Spider-Man PS4. And at first, I saw someone write that, and I thought they were joking, and then I looked at the image comparison. I'll get it up for you, because it's just like...
No.
It isn't. Like, just so an article saying, Spider-Man PS4 haunts Jared Leto.
It kind of does.
Okay, so there's the Leto shot, and they just like reverse that.
Oh no, that's so tragic.
I mean, I think it's the fact that it's Sony. They've got access to, obviously, Sony PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Like, they got all that material on show, and they're like, this might be a good photo for this. It is weird that no one thought this isn't, especially since like the both the Far From Home suit and the Homecoming suit are in that game, so you can get that image. There are assets in that game that involve the actual.
Maybe they couldn't use it legally.
Maybe because they don't. It's kind of confusing, but the fact that they put it in there,
why would he put the shitty Easter egg in there?
I feel like it might have even been a last minute thing, because you can CG in a poster last minute of him just walking along, and the movie has nothing to do with Spider-Man. But then on the other hand, you got the stinger for this movie, which has
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton, who played Adrian Toomes, aka the Vulture, in Homecoming.
Last time we heard of him, he was in jail.
What was he even saying? I can't remember what he said. He makes some joke or something, and he turns up and...
He's like, oh, why are you here? There's no reason for him to be here.
It's an odd matchup. I guess my hope would be that he's there just to establish...
It's part of this universe.
Yeah, because if it's something of like building towards a Sinister Six that includes Morbius...
Fuck you.
Yeah, that would suck.
Fuck you. Fuck right off.
Yeah.
Off the bat, no. Veto.
Yeah. Veto that Leto.
Veto that Leto. Get that, like, hashtagged. Absolutely not. It's a terrible idea.
We also got some feedback, because I asked the internet what they felt about Morbius.
That was a mistake.
Yeah, although we didn't get anything positive.
Really?
No.
Who would have thunk?
Yeah, I thought there'd be some, like, Morbius fans out there, but... Well, it turns out there are some, but they're not into this.
Yeah. It's like what cats was to furries.
This wasn't to us, but just to quote him, Diego from the Waffle Press, where I've been on there a couple of times. You guys should listen to my episodes on the Amazing Spider-Man movies there.
Yeah.
He said that he will never pay to watch this, and said he hopes that it marks the beginning of the end for these things. So he's super negative on this.
I kind of get what he means though. Like, we can't enable this like lazy, shitty like fan service or whatever it is.
But it was enabled as soon as people gave hundreds of millions to Venom.
But Venom is at least a marketable character.
It makes sense from a producer perspective to be
It's like having a friend spin-off with Janice. Like, no one's asking for this.
No, what it is, it's like a spin-off with Joey. It's like, this is like a cult favourite character. People like vampires and will put like a big name on it. Like, it's from a producer perspective. This has all the pieces.
Except
I think when
the
you
part
put
where, like, people like this character because people don't really like him.
I think people do like him.
Do they?
Yeah, not as much as Venom, but like Venom is like one of the most popular Spider-Man villains.
Yeah, I think he's probably the most popular.
But Morbius is also like, if you want a horror element to your cinematic universe, he's pretty much where you go. There's not many other people that kind of fit into that. I feel like Morbius would have been maybe better to be a small part of like a different kind of movie or a show.
He shouldn't have his own movie.
He should be in a
Blade movie.
He should be in a...
I could accept the Blade movie.
There was actually an unused post-credits tease for one of the Blade movies which implied that Morbius was going to turn up. But I think they never did it for some reason.
Because like, so we're going to make a better movie than that. Well, just watch us.
Yeah, in like 20 years.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
We got a message about it from Ron.
Oh, how's Ron doing?
He said that his opinion is that someone really watched the X2 White House scene and made a whole movie on it. And it's true, because it seems to be some kind of bamfing going around. Like some like teleporting, or like he moves so fast and he leaves like a black smoky trail, which I don't really get what that's from, unless they're just trying to find a cool way for him to move.
Because it's kind of stupid in the show.
Well, you just like him just like slowly floating around.
Yeah. Jared Leto can't do many things, but it'll be really funny to just watch him like float around.
Yeah.
Somehow overacting and underacting at the same time.
Do you think he's going to actually drink blood as part of the press tour for this?
I think he's already drinking blood. He's got a taste for it now.
Yeah, he is going to announce that at some point. Like, I went so method, I started killing people and drinking their blood.
I tried to drink their blood, but I didn't have like fangs sharp enough.
Yeah.
I was just like bit like a small child. I got sued. But it was worth it for this £47 million grossing movie.
I think it might not be like do a lot, but I feel like at this point everything makes money.
I don't think this should make money.
But like,
I think
it's not about whether it should make money.
We've failed as a society if we can get a Morbius movie starring Jared Leto without Spider-Man or Blade makes money. How will that possibly make money? Who's going out and seeing this?
How many fucking Transformers movies have there been?
Transformers movies have like hot chicks and Michael Bay. This is like by the dude who brought you Gods of Egypt.
But they're not telling you that.
They tell you in the trailer.
They don't say from the writer of Gods of Egypt.
They don't?
No, they just... Cause why would they advertise like something that absolutely flopped? It's in the same way that when like a new M. Night Shyamalan movie comes out, it says from the visionary mind of The Sixth Sense. It doesn't say from the guy who brought you The Happening. You know?
Yeah.
They're selective in how they do that. I think in this trailer, actually, they said from the studio behind
Venom.
Homecoming, Far From Home.
That's the move.
And Venom.
That's the move.
Because they're like, these are popular and people like them. You're like, whoa, this is associated with...
But it's also some bullshit.
Yeah, that was it. It's not in collaboration. It's in association with Marvel Studios.
Yeah.
But we got a few replies when I put the word out on our Tumblr, which for those who don't know is that 90s SM show.tumblr.com.
Shout out our Tumblr boys and girls.
I don't really know like how to say this, but there's like a guy called just like Dusk Kodesh.
Okay.
And he said, as a Morbius fan, I think the plot so far looks like they threw 4 different eras of comics in a blender and scooped out the worst stuff, then sprinkled it with extra edginess.
That's about right.
And I feel like if you got like Morbius fans coming to it and saying that, and this is not the full trailer, it's the tease. People who are really passionate fans get excited about teasers because they're like, if they don't like it, they're like, well, it's just a tease. But then also like, there's an element of, I'm just happy to see this character. Like, I got a glimpse of this character. Holy shit, I'm going to get and see him on a big screen.
Yeah.
And if you got Morbius fans out there being like, nah, fuck this.
This should not be.
It's not good news.
I mean, like, if Morbius fans don't go see this, who's going to go see this movie?
I was thinking that I might end up seeing this at some point. Like, and then do a review on the podcast.
We tried to do that for Venom, and we just about got through that.
If Venom came out now, I would have done a podcast review on it.
Yeah.
Wait, had we even started the podcast at that point?
No, it was like it was like the end of 2018 when everything was shit, and I was just like a bit depressed. And I watched Venom.
Right, yeah.
It didn't help.
I remember that movie gave me like a headache.
We drank all the way through it, and like we're like, yeah, it's gonna be fun, and we're like, oh god, that was so bad.
Yeah, but I think after seeing this trailer, I feel like this doesn't look like it's gonna be like train wreck bad, but it looks like very mediocre. It looks visually really boring looking.
I feel like I'm just gonna be like the movies where like there'll be one cool fight scene at the end.
We also got another reply from Carly Cray, who said, I think Morbius isn't an easy character to actually use, but the writers certainly made things harder on themselves. And then I said, like, how do you mean? Like, how do they make it harder?
Yeah.
And they said, for one, Morbius's main powers in the comics are enhanced strength, very sharp claws and fangs, enhanced senses, and sort of a gliding flight. Adding a sort of Nightcrawler-like teleportation and echolocation is just complicating things. Especially when the main point of Morbius is his intense bloodlust. They're also trying to combine 3 different story arcs. We also don't have Spider-Man or Venom to compare Morbius to, which means that they have to overpower him in this movie. Had they introduced him properly, then they wouldn't have had to build a world around him.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
I think this kind of feeds into what we were saying before about like how you don't have that like contrast of like, holy shit, here's a vampire in a superhero world.
Here's a vampire in a vampire world.
It's like spending a whole movie creating a vampire in a cinematic landscape when there's a billion movies about vampires.
Yeah.
But this time it's got the Marvel tag on it. And I think for some people that's enough.
Some people.
A lot of people like Jared Leto and think of him as a great actor.
Based on what? Dallas Buyers Club, I guess. Or like Requiem for a Dream.
Blade Runner.
He was terrible in Blade Runner.
He was really bad in Blade Runner.
That's maybe his worst performance.
Remember how he said that he almost made himself blind because he got so into the role of playing a blind person that he became blind.
That's the only thing that would have made it worth it, is if he went actually blind.
Maybe in this, like, because he had to use crutches for like a week of filming, he's going to be like, I can't walk anymore because I'm so good at acting.
Roll me around in a wheelchair. What about the Oscar-winning Suicide Squad?
It's not even a joke. For those who don't know, it is
he
literally...
genuinely won an Oscar. Like,
well, he didn't win an Oscar.
Oh, hell no. But like, Oscar...
Jared Leto won an Oscar for best makeup.
Yeah. For like all the ha-ha-has on his forehead. That was apparently Oscar-worthy.
God. I hope I never see that movie again.
If I see it again, it'll be too soon. It's just, if I never see it again. Jared fucking, like... You know when he even really likes 30 Seconds to Mars that much?
That's the thing. I feel like you don't know people who like this stuff, and you don't like it. But I think there's a reason why he's around, and it's because a lot of people like him. There's probably a lot of people listening to this who think he's good, or at least... I've complained about Jared Leto before, and people have sort of been like, oh, wait, do we not like Jared Leto? Like, is that a thing? And I kind of get that a bit, because sometimes you can just hear like, oh, everyone hates this person, and you're like, oh, really? Is that a thing? I thought they were fine.
Did you hear about how he tried to sabotage Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie?
Oh, wow. What did he do?
He like called it in and tried to like get the movie like grounded or something.
Oh, God.
And I find that just hilarious.
It's like Aliens versus Predator. Whoever wins, we lose.
Oh, Jared fucking Leto.
I actually forget that he's Joker now, because the other Joker is now overpowered.
Yeah.
His Joker.
Just like out-edged him.
I'm like pretty convinced that sight unseen Morbius is going to be pretty bad.
If we do an episode on Morbius, that better be a Patreon episode, because I'm not doing this for no reason. Someone's going to pay me to do this shit.
Yeah, if everyone sends us money, we'll do a Morbius episode.
Or like, yeah, we'll start a Patreon page, and that'll be on there, and you have to pay us to see it.
No, a separate Patreon page just for that.
And
I need like £50 a month.
A Kickstarter
for the next 5 years in order to watch that movie.
Yeah.
I'm already like feeling a bit fatigued with all this stuff as it is.
Yeah.
It's not like a good start to 2020 to like see that, you know?
Yeah. Trump like bombing Iran and this movie with Jared Leto. Some would say this is worse.
God, that's awful. I don't really know what to say.
There's a political purpose to Trump bombing Iran. There's no purpose to this.
It's money. It's all money.
It's not gonna make any money.
It's gonna make money. I tell you what, it's not gonna make as much money as Venom, because Venom had Tom Hardy. I think Tom Hardy's a bigger draw.
The character's a bigger draw.
This, I think people are into the Marvel thing enough. Me and maybe you, like, to a lesser degree, had a bit of, like, after Endgame, or like, oof, I feel kind of like done a little bit.
I'm kind of still done.
But I don't think most people had that feeling. I think a lot of people came out of that like, fuck, that was great, give me more. And then there's a Morbius thing, and it's kind of related to this stuff.
Here's a Spider-Man villain who shows up sometimes, and be like the guy from Requiem for a Dream is going to be the guy who plays him. You don't watch that, guys? I might break even. I can't.
I think it will make money. It will just won't be loads, and it probably won't get a sequel.
I hope to God not.
It'll probably like make enough that they're like, it's fine, and then they'll just like maybe like shelve him in a Venom thing.
Yeah, they have like an edgy like version of Morbius played by Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah,
which wins like an Oscar nomination. The Morbius. I also don't get what Michael Keaton. I hope he's not in the movie much, because the only way that they can make this worse is if they try and force like a shared universe.
That's the worrying thing about this.
That will fuck this up more.
Because the whole trailer, really, I was like, this looks not good, but in a kind of way I expected it. And then when he turned up, I was like, what? But then there's like a fear that comes in. It's like, oh,
they're
wait,
gonna
what
try
are they
tie
doing?
This together.
Yeah, and also like there are some people speculating as well that after that Sony Disney split, like as part of the makeup, maybe like Sony was brought on board more with like, hey, you can play with a couple more of our things, or you'll be more a part of this universe, or there might have been some extra dealings that we don't know about.
Yeah, I suppose.
Who knows? But I'm definitely having a moment of like wanting to eat my shoe a little bit, you know?
But the problem with Sony, which we found in the Amazing Spider-Man series, is that they're so focused on like creating like Easter eggs and like making the shared universe that their shitty scripts get like even shittier because they have so much to kind of shoehorn in.
It feels weird to put Michael Keaton in this, because I feel like if you're going to bring him back, bringing him back somewhere like explicitly connected to Tom Holland's Spider-Man makes sense.
Makes much more sense.
Because I don't mind the idea of like Morbius and Venom sharing worlds, because they're both kind of like...
Yeah, why doesn't that happen?
It probably will. There'll probably be some post-credit scene reference to Venom. I bet there'll be more references to Venom and stuff than Spider-Man. But I bet Venom 2 is going to have Tom Holland in it.
I really would prefer if they just had like a Venom universe where they just kept like Tom Hardy in there, and so we could just ignore it. I don't have to pay attention to it.
Yeah, sacrifice Tom Hardy to the pit with Jared Leto.
Yeah. You have to go in there, Tom. Like, no one else wants to do this. Who's next? Is it like fucking Black Cat and Silver Sable?
It's like in Breath of the Wild, how like Zelda is in Hyrule Castle and she's got to stay there and keep her magic up to stop the evil Calamity Ganon from escaping. And Tom Hardy can be in there like using his power to like keep in Jared Leto and stop him from infecting the rest of the MCU.
You had to get like specific like parts around the Marvel universe, like hear like the memories of like Tom Hardy talking to Tom Holland. Tom, you have to get the Triforce, Tom. You have to save us all from Calamity Jared.
Calamity Jared.
He's too powerful.
Calamity Jared. That's so strong. Oh. There's not many good Jareds, are there?
No, it's just
Pro Jared, Subway Jared,
yeah.
Calamity Jared.
Just don't name your kid Jared.
Anyway.
So as you can tell, we're very excited to see this movie.
Yeah. We will be seeing Morbius again in Spider-Man the Animated Series. Who knows whether we'll actually make it out to see Morbius. I don't think I can do it.
I would literally, like, if someone pays me to do this, I will do this.
Yeah, okay, yeah. If someone paid me, I'm not expecting anyone to pay me, though.
Like, just like a $5, I'd be like, fine. Because I'm getting something out of this.
Cover my tickets.
Yeah. Maybe even travel, if I'm going to be greedy about it.
Travel expenses.
Yeah. So like $6.70, I will go see this movie.
Reimburse me for the emotional labour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think... I didn't make it out for Dark Phoenix because I was like, I don't think I'm going to like this. I'll catch it on streaming. So I think this has got to be the same thing.
Even with Dark Phoenix, I was one of those things where I was like, I've seen this cast work together, and I know they can. And even then, I was like, I don't want to see this movie. But I'm like, there's no redeeming qualities to this. There's just even like the thing with like those writing credits is that like those bad movies aren't even like entertainingly bad. They're just kind of just shit.
Yeah, the funniest thing is that it's the Dracula Untold because they've already done a bad vampire movie.
Do you think that's how he got the job? Like,
Yeah.
you've done vampires before.
Who else would they get?
Yeah.
No one else has made a vampire movie.
Not one other vampire movie. What if they got like the writer of Twilight to do this movie?
That's the weird thing, right? Because like for all like Marvel Studios like shortcomings or whatever, like they'll do the basic thing of, okay, we'll get these directors that it kind of makes sense for them to do this property, or these actors that you're kind of like, oh, okay, that's interesting as a choice, you know?
Rather than going, your name is Webb, you're hired.
I feel like Sony are just like, oh, you worked with us before? Cool. You know? Like, I feel like it's everyone's son is getting these
There
roles.
must be some nepotism or something going on.
Because, like, the director of this, it's not like he's made failures or whatever. I think he made movies that, like, did okay and people thought were fine. But he's made a bunch of Sony movies.
Maybe it's like a contract, he's going to do so many movies for Sony.
But either way, next episode, we'll find out what happens to Spider-Man now he's got hands all over the place.
Yeah.
And whether Morbius bites anyone, or if he just
sucks.
palms them gently.
Yeah, we'll find out if Morbius sucks. Spoiler alert, he does. In the next episode of That 90s Spider-Man Show, where we'll catch up with the rest of this whole saga. Is this the end of the Neogenic Nightmare? Or is it?
The Neogenic Nightmare is the whole season.
Oh, nice.
Early in this season, I said that it was like 4 episodes or something, and I was just totally wrong.
Yeah,
it's like the whole season.
Okay.
But in the meantime, if you guys write a review, rate us on iTunes or any of the podcasty places you can find us.
Shoot us a message. Yeah, Tumblr. But we'll read out your messages. Like, we're desperate for interaction, really.
Yeah, so there's the Tumblr, the Twitter, the Instagram, the Facebook now.
Just email us if you want.
Email us, all in the description below.
That brings us to the end of the episode. We've talked about comic books, the cartoon, talked about the movie. And yeah, we're all Morbius'd out. Any last words, Jack?
My energy, my plasma has been drained.
Well, you heard it here, folks. So that's been That 90s Spider-Man Show. Thanks for listening. And remember, if you've got a couple of $100 million just lying around, you want to get rid of it, why not cast a movie with Jared Leto? Good night, good evening, and good morning.